Brown tree snakes beware! The U.S. Department of Agriculture Wildlife Services program has launched a pilot project to continue developing technology to control this invasive species. The project launched on naval base Guam with a helicopter delivering oral toxicant baits to a concentrated area. USDA Assistant State Director Dan Weiss says the funding was made possible through the Department of Defense's Environmental Security Technology Certification Program.
So what we were doing here today was testing our navigation system on a helicopter, throwing baits out of the helicopter to see if they'll hang up in the forest canopy, and basically refining the system so that we can start moving into a larger operational scale.
Weiss also mentions the aerial delivery of the toxicant baits over the jungle canopy specifically targets the brown tree snake and not other animals.
The biggest thing we do is we put the baits on a flotation system so that when we drop them out of the helicopter, they'll float down slowly and actually hang up in the forest canopy. When they're in the forest canopy, virtually the only thing that can get to them are brown tree snakes.
The bait are actually dead neonatal mice that have 80 milligrams of acetaminophen inserted into its body cavity. Weiss says based on their research, the snakes like to eat these dead mice than other forms of bait. The location of where the toxicant bait landed in the jungle area is also tracked by USDA officials.
That sound there determines that we are locating and we are close to our findings, and I already found one.
Weiss adds the pilot project starts on Naval Base Guam first, with plans to expand their control measures.
Right now we're working on an area that's about 8 hectares. It's right next to Navy wharfage here. It's an area that we're concerned that snakes could get into cargo and get off island, so it's a good place for it to do this pilot project. We'll be tracking the baits for about a week following the application of them this morning, looking at their disposition, making sure they've hung up in the forest canopy, looking to see that snakes are indeed eating them, that sort of stuff. And we're doing this by inserting small radio transmitters inside the baits that we can then go out into the forest and track.
Once officials collect and refine the project, USDA is hoping to move into a larger operational one sometime in 2011. Josh Tikenko, PNC News.